matter of perspective.
Well, yeah, it's all everyone. It's all everything's made up. Nothing is real. We all just made everything up. Thanks for the bow.
Yeah, yeah.
Not for
Words are
you, I
made
was
up,
just
numbers
showing
are
it
made up,
off.
everything's
Thanks
made
for the
up.
bow.
Do we have a mob
No,
farm
bro.
in the
Ow.
Oh,
desert
fuck.
for sand?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so listen to this, right? War is that like like you never know if you're the good guy, right? You don't know what you're just told a
Yeah.
mission. You're told what to do. You have to do it, even if it's not right. You know, there's so like, and the people who are making telling you what to do, commanding you, or whatever, like they're all at home. Like they're at home. They have never seen a fucking war. They have never, they're not anywhere near it. They're just sleeping fine, going golfing, during the day. No, they know nothing, and then they're telling you what to do, and they have no idea what it's like. And then when you come back, there's not enough support. Like there's not nearly enough support for veterans and shit like that. Like
That is
it's all fucked.
that is the biggest thing I
and I don't,
absolutely agree with
I don't want to
There is
go and fight, go join the army and go to war or whatever when, I don't think it's, like the right thing to do. I don't know, like how do you know if you're the good guy? There's so much war crime and shit like that. It's just all fucked. A lot of people in the military or the army or whatever, are not well, they're not, all there. It's not the smartest people aren't going to join the army, especially I don't know how it is in Australia or whatever, but especially in America or whatever, it's usually the uneducated, the more uneducated people or whatever join the army and stuff like that because they have nothing else or something, and
I would not agree with that on any standards because I know that there are a lot of things. Like if you're just going in as a grunt, like a straight up jarhead grunt infantryman, then I would agree with you. But because there is Air Force and Navy and commander training and and being a pilot, it is you have to be smart. And we're talking about my older brother.
It's not just intelligence. It's not just intelligence. I'm saying.
Yeah, he's not mainly intelligent.
Demeanor, behavior, things like that. Like these people aren't. They're not.
Like
they're
what he's meaning, Josh, is it's more of if you're gonna join the military, right? You know that there's a chance of you to die, right? What sane, smart person would go, "Oh look, chances are I'm gonna die. This sounds like a great job," right? There are a lot of there are safer jobs, there are more profitable jobs, there are just generally, I guess, better jobs than the military.
Better is completely an opinion, though.
Yes.
Being a NASCAR driver, people have died in NASCAR. They have.
Oh,
it's very rare.
NASCAR would be fucking great.
What's that?
NASCAR would be fucking great, but what else?
Precisely, it's that adrenaline, it's that fuel, and that's the same.
Adrenaline. Yes.
People who want to be in the army, they have that sense of patriotism. They have that sense of loyalty to their country. They want to serve their country. They want to do right by their people and by other people who aren't being treated as well as we are. That's why a lot of them do it.
Yeah, but like I said, there are a lot of dickheads in the military. Look, war's fucked. I reckon we're all human. We are all on the same side. The majority of arguments, the majority of arguments and wars are caused due to miscommunication and shit like that. There's a lot of things that are lost in translation and stuff like that. We really need to all be on the same side.
Okay, let's go along with that theory. If we all have this is great for the podcast. If we all have to be on the same side, well, what about religion? We were talking about being Catholic or Christian earlier. What if you're part of the Islamic State? What if you're Muslim? What if you don't believe in the same thing that other people believe in? Not saying that just because you're in different religious or beliefs or whatever it is, that you have to be different. But the fact is that you are different. You believe in different gods. You even believe in a different manner of God. You believe in different rites. People in the Islamic State, the true believers, they think that they are in the right. They think that what they're doing to their people, to women, they think that that is the right thing to do. That's how they believe they should live. But then you look at us in Australia, where we have almost every culture in the world, almost every religion in the world, every different ethnicity, every nationality, every country. Everyone from around the world is here, and we do very, very, very well to discriminate, to not discriminate against different people of different ethnicities or religions. But the fact is that we have a lovely life here. But then look at the people in Afghanistan. Do they look like they're living a healthy, happy life? No, they're literally fleeing to Pakistan and other neighboring countries because they are not treated well. If you're running away from a certain type of life, clearly it's not the right life to live. And I don't see people in our lockdown, they're unhappy, but they're not killing people or trying to leave the country, are they? Granted,
So
I've lost your point. I agree with
Yeah,
what you're saying,
same.
but I've lost your point.
Sorry, to sum it back up. Your argument was that we are on the same side.
Well, I reckon we
not.
all need to
None
be
of
on the
us.
same side. We're all human. We are all on the same side.
Exactly. That sentence, we are all human. That is exactly why we are not on the same side. That is exactly why we are so far against each other. Greed, corruption, wealth, power. It all just poisons the mind and makes us want to do things that other people don't believe in. Or maybe it makes us hate each other because we both want the same thing and we don't want to share it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
can't-
interesting.
okay,
We'll never
so
have a perfect world.
It is impossible to have a perfect world because a perfect world is different in everyone's mind. There is no such thing as a perfect world.
That's
There is
right.
no such thing as normal. It doesn't exist because it cannot exist. It is physically impossible because everyone has a different opinion on what they believe to be right. And if we were all the same, then life would be boring, and it would be. I wouldn't say
Yeah.
it'd be meaningless.
Kyle, what were you gonna say?
So
Sorry,
you said something about shit, sorry, so everyone should be on the same side, right?
Right.
Therefore everyone. Sorry, no, it's alright. Go on with yours because I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, fair enough. I know what you're saying, Josh. Yeah, it will never be a perfect world because we all have different opinions and stuff like that. But I think we really should find a way to find common ground and things like that, and try and make global laws. To
Well, that's the thing. Something you're saying global laws. We have that. It's called the Geneva Convention. But the only countries that actually have to follow that are the ones part of NATO. And we are part of the UN, sorry. And Afghanistan isn't a part of the UN. The Taliban aren't a part of the UN. No religion is directly connected to the UN. There are countries and governments and states that follow the UN laws because they are a part of it. Because especially those third world countries, they get support from the first world countries that are thriving. But your original point was that we should all communicate and try and get on the same wavelength.
right.
That's not possible if not every country is, or not every government, state, party, whatever it is. If no one has the same vision, then we're never going to have an agreement.
Okay,
Yeah.
There's
so
never going to be an deal.
going off what you're saying, right? So you're saying, okay, well, some countries aren't a part of that, right? So they don't have to follow it, right? So what you're saying is that those that aren't part of it, right? They really should be, right? But you can't force them to be part of it, right? And the moment where you decide, okay, well, they're wrong for not being part of
You
it.
got 2
right?
underpills from that.
I got 3 in the pills. Sorry.
See, looting's worth it.
So, to the point where you're like, okay, well, they're wrong for not being, but they really should be, right?
That's an opinion. That is an opinion.
Exactly. So as soon as it starts to be opinion, right, and as soon as you start to force your opinion upon another country, right, you'll end up exactly what America has done
Afghanistan,
with
or most of the Middle East.
Afghanistan and all that, right? And okay, cool. It was great while it lasted. Not really,
No, no,
but
not really.
it
Yeah,
it did something and it solved its purpose, right? But as soon as they leave, it's right back to where it was, right? They've done nothing except prolong it.
Yeah, with
yeah.
Afghanistan, why? Like, we've been fighting that for years and years. That's been going on for decades,
It's
bro.
been it's been a 20-year
Literally, all it was about was that fucking is oil and shit.
Yeah, what was the
not
what?
not
Why was
not
that? What was the
necessarily.
point of? What was the war about? What's like why?
Initially,
Uh,
I cannot say this for certain, but initially I believe it was supposed to be a humanitarian aid mission. But then,
I'm gonna
because of
die.
the presence of US forces, okay, that's from Leon. Because of the presence of US forces, the terrorists decided to act on it and be more violent.
What are the
Oh
shit?
fuck!
What do the terrorists want? What is their goal? What is their why?
They so
have their
again,
country back.
nothing. Yes, precisely. Nothing I say is absolute, like, certainty. I don't say this with absolute. I don't say this on my chest. This isn't fact. This is just how I see it. I know I'm wrong. I do apologize. But how I see it is that they follow something called the sword, and the Book of the Quran is what Islam's and Muslims Islam's follow, and it's essentially about freedom and prosperity and equality against all types of people. But the sword was a newer, so a bit like the new Bible. It's like a new Quran, but it's not about equality. It's about the right to power or the right to have certain belongings, something along those lines. And that right of power has essentially told people that, or people of the Islamic State, the Taliban and
Oh.
ISIS and all those other terrorists. Sorry, Leon, I'll give you a bow back. It's over here.
You took my bar?
It's over. I've got it next to me. Shut the fuck up. Essentially, they believe that they should have the right to have their own power, their own control over their people, which in most countries, that's how it is. But the fact is, we're not happy about it is because there's no equality. Their women don't get the same rights that many women around the world do. Our women get to vote. Our women can drive cars. Our women can go to school. Our women can have jobs. Our women can leave the house without a face mask, not now because of COVID, but you get my point. But
Yeah.
now they are forced to wear a burqa, and that hides their identity, hides their face, and they can't leave the house unless they have a man with them. They cannot drive cars. They can't study. They can't do anything except be a housewife.
And
That is
okay,
it.
and then you look at that and you go, okay, well, that's wrong, right? They should be able to have their own rights, right?
Is it wrong? Is it wrong?
But then it's a
Right.
fine line because then you're like, okay, well, it's a culture. It's their culture.
Why
that's the
can't we
thing,
just
can you
let
really-
everyone that wants to
can
do
you
that
really say that it's
let
wrong?
them in that area, and then everyone that doesn't want to do that can leave? Majority rules. We
I
win.
No,
Problem solved. That's it.
Exactly it. If we so this is something I talked about with my dad as well. Just the colors of red and blue. Simple as that. If you got the colors red and blue, and out of nowhere, just snap, 60% of the world said the color red was actually called the color blue, and the color blue was actually called the color red. Would they be right? Would that 60% be right, or would they be wrong?
Matter of perspective.
Well, yeah, it's all everyone. It's all. Everything's made up. Nothing is real. We all just made everything up. Thanks for the bow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
Words
for
are
you,
made
I was
up,
just
numbers
showing
are
it
made
off.
up, everything's
Thanks
made
for the
up.
bow.
Do we have a mob farm
No,
in the
Ow.
desert
Oh fuck!
for sand?
Yeah, we do.
Any good?
It works. Only at night.
That's not as good as mine.
Oh,
Josh, what the fuck are you doing?
Sorry.
He's hungry for death. fuck.
Almost had him. Oh,
Oops.
Oh, I've got a big head. Look at me. Oh,
Did
look
it again.
Look at this.
I know you have a big head, Josh.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, you're a prick. Anyway, anything else we want to talk about?
Communism.
I don't understand communism that well.
Communism doesn't work. Socialist.
Yeah,
Good work, and I believe
communism
socialist
is
a good idea.
technically in theory, but it would never work in practice. It
And
doesn't
why
make
is that?
sense.
There's one person. Because you need everyone to cooperate, and I don't think everyone would cooperate.
Well, that's the same in any world. If everyone cooperated in democracy, there wouldn't be so much. There wouldn't be all these fucking protesters going on, spreading the virus and shit.
I mean,
Would you not agree?
in democracy, everyone cooperating is everyone having their own opinion,
Mm-hmm.
which means they're all, against each other.
Yeah, so they're
Oh.
not together.
Like the problem with communism is the fact that there's no real motivation to actually do good because everyone gets the same.
Yeah, it's just all. It's like just do what you have to.
Do. Does every single person in a communist country get the same thing?
Look
Does
at
the
everything.
leader-
Yeah, it's
No,
not
but
everything exactly because there's all
that's-
different
that's-
jobs and
that's-
everything.
Yeah, but that's like the main thing, right? Is
I like
that
how like every question we ask, Josh is like, "Do we?"
Well, no, that's
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the 12 Angry Men, right?
Yeah.
no?
Yeah, well, I'm just that one guy. I'm just asking the questions. I'm just asking these questions. Is it actually this? Is it actually that? If I just agreed with everything, the conversation would have ended. This would have been boring as
Thank
fuck.
God.
Yeah.
Someone has to play devil's advocate. We gotta debate. We gotta
Yeah,
find
Pretty
out.
much.
Yo, I need
Exactly.
some
I'm
cobble.
absolutely fine with that.
I
Mine.
want cobble.
Mine.
I want cobble.
There's
I want cobble.
Use it.
I want cobble.
Done.
I want
You got
cobble.
iron armor. Nice.
I want cobble. Yeah, I got it off a zombie.
Oh, nice.
He didn't want it anymore.
It was done using it.
I need cobble. Also need food because I'm dying.